Good morning. This morning, I think we're going to do another introduction to yoga, kind of a beginner yoga class for people who are beginners, who have never done yoga, or who have been out of shape, or not out of shape, but who have not exercised for quite some time and are just now getting back into it. All right, so I'm going to go over some of the basics, and we'll keep it nice and simple. So we're going to start with some breathing exercises. That's nice and easy. So you want to stand up nice and tall, roll your shoulders back a couple times, kind of loosen up your neck, round and round, back and forth. All right, shake it out. All right, so we're going to breathe in through the nose, down to the belly button, a little bit below. And we're going to try to stream it in nice and slow. So breathe it in. Hold it for a second. Breathe it out. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Don't lock your knees. If your knees are locked, unlock them. Breathing in. Breathing out. Now when we breathe in, let's take the arms up. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. All right, fingers facing each other, palms pointing up. We're going to breathe in and lift up. We're drawing the energy up. Turn your hands over, push them down. Exhale. Bring it up, breathing in. Breathe out, push it down. Breathing in, pull it up. Breathe out, push it down. Breathe in, pull it up. This time, push it out to the sides. Stretch and push and exhale. Bring your arms down. Breathing in. Breathing out. Down. Breathing in. Breathing out. And down. Now your palms are going to be facing each other. Pretend like you're holding onto a piece of stretchy taffy. We're going to breathe in, stretch it out. Breathe out, squeeze it back together. Breathe in, stretch it out. Breathe out, push it back together. Breathe in, stretch out. Push it back together. And take that energy and we're going to roll it around like you got a nice ball of hot sun in between your hands. Visualization is always helpful. Just visualize a nice hot ball of sun. You're just rolling it around as you breathe in and out. All right, now let's take that energy, lift up, breathe it in. Push it into your head, forehead, throat, heart, upper abs, lower abs, and down. Breathe it in. Push it into your head, forehead, throat, heart, upper abs, lower abs, down. One more time. Breathe it in. Push it into your head, forehead, throat, heart, upper abs, lower abs, and down. Relax and take a breath. Let's go down and touch your toes. Nice and slow. You can just slide down your shins. Roll it back up nice and slow. Breathe it in. Going down. Slowly go down. Touch your toes. See if you can go a little bit further. Roll it back up. Alright, let's take the feet off to the side. And take a deep breath in. Arms come up. Go down, arms out. Keep your back straight as you go down. Come all the way down. See if you can get your fingertips to touch the mat. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. That's all right. Especially if it's early in the morning. Make it a little bit tight. Then look up. Come back up. Breathing in. Exhale, coming down. Try to put both hands on the floor, on the mat. Try to keep your legs as straight as possible. Look up, breathing in. Exhale, coming down. Hands on the mat. Now keep your right hand on the mat. Take your left hand up toward the sky. Twist. Look over your left shoulder. Bring your hands down. Take your right hand up toward the sky. Continue to breathe. Bring both hands down to the mat. Hold it. Now cross your arms. See if you can go down any lower. Both hands on the mat. Look up. Come up. Breathe in. Arms down, breathe out. Alright. Bring your feet back onto the mat. It's also, if you can, it's good to be outside and it's good to be barefoot. There's something called grounding. So when your feet are on the ground, it helps ground your body because your body has an electrical system that's going through it. So you'll find that you will feel better and improve your health going out and walking barefoot, either on the grass or at the beach. So when you can, if the weather is good, try to work out outside barefoot. Alright, so let's go right foot forward, left foot back. We're going to stretch out the right hamstring. So we're going to breathe in, reach forward, come all the way down. You can put your hands on your shin and slide it down if you want to. Nice and easy. Come up, breathing in. Reach forward. Try to go all the way down to your toe if you can. Stretch it out, push your nose down towards your knee. You want to continue to breathe. People tend to hold their breath. We don't want to do that. Come up, breathing in. One more time, breathing out. Hold it for a second and stretch. And come back up. Let's switch feet. Left foot forward, right foot back. Try to keep both legs straight. Breathing in. Nice deep breath. Reach forward, out and down.
Try to keep both legs straight. Push your nose down towards your knee. Come up. Breathing in. Leaning forward. Going down. Grab your foot if you can. Nose down towards your knee. Coming up. Breathing in. One more time. Reaching out. Going down. Breathe. And coming up. All right. Feet together. So we're going to go through the basic sun salutation at the beginning of our workouts. So this encompasses going down to the ground into a push-up position, into a chaturanga, into an upward dog. All right, so this can be tough for people who haven't worked out for a while, so we're going to try to take it nice and slow. All right, so we're going to breathe in, take your arms up, arms go out, leaning forward from the hips, back stays straight, come all the way down. Now we're going to put your hands on the mat. If your legs can't make it, bend your knees here. Put your hands down on the mat. Spread your fingers apart. Step back into a push-up position. Okay, once you're here, you're going to lower yourself down. So you're going to keep your elbows to your side. You should come down and then look up. Point your back toes. Your knees should be off the ground. Your head is up. Your shoulders are down. This is a little bit tough, so we're going to back it up. Go back to a push-up position. And we're going to go the easy way. Take it all the way down. Go ahead and set yourself flat on the floor. Point your back toes. Or point your toes. Go ahead and keep your knees on the mat and just push your torso up and look up. Okay, so you can start here as your kind of the beginner stage. Okay, lower yourself back down. Point your toes back into the mat. Now, if you can't push yourself up into a push-up, push yourself up to hands and knees. And then from there, lift off your knees and go into a push-up position. Okay, from here, we're going to lift our hips up. Push your heels down, going into downward dog. Now, in the beginning, you might be a little bit tight, so you might not be able to get your hips up so high, but we're going to try to press your shoulders down towards your knees, kind of compressing your chest towards your knees, and you're pressing your heels down. Okay, just hold that position and breathe. So next, we're going to bend our knees and try to hop back. Take your feet and hop them back up to your hands. If you can't hop, you can walk them up. But bend your knees, hop up, straighten out your legs. Okay, and then look up, breathe in. So we're going to try that again. Breathing out, exhale, coming down, back flat. Go down, put your hands on the mat, fingers wide. Just go ahead and step back into a push-up position. So we're going to do the easy way. Keep your elbows to your side. Lower yourself all the way down to the mat. Point your toes. Lift up your torso and look up. Try to keep your shoulders down. Try to bring your head up. Lower yourself back down. Put your toes back on the mat. Push yourself back up into a hands and knees position, and then lift up your knees into push-up position. And then lift up your hips into downward dog. Hold that pose. Now let's try to stretch out each calf muscle one at a time. So bend one knee and press the other one down. Bend the other knee, press the heel down. So you're pressing your heels down, alternating back and forth. back and forth, back and forth. All right, bend both knees. We're going to try to hop forward. If you can't hop, just walk it forward. Hop it up, straighten out your legs. Come up, breathe in. Let's do one more time. See if you can do it without doing the hands and knees. All right, let's go all the way down. Hands on the mat, stepping back, push-up position. Keep your elbows tight, lower yourself down. Before you hit the mat, go back up, point your back toes, see if you can bring your knees off the mat. Go back into push-up position. Go back into downward dog. Hold it. Bend your knees. Hop forward. Come on up. Breathe in. And breathe out. All right, so that's kind of the first little opening set that we do before we get into the call it the second set, I guess. All right, so we're going to go through and do that first set, and then from downward dog we're going to go into some other relatively simple poses. All right, so let's breathe in, breathe out, come down. Fingers wide, step back, push-up position. Let's take it all the way down. We'll do the easy one. Come all the way down to the mat. Point your toes in the back. Lift up your torso. Set yourself back down. Put your toes on the mat. Push yourself back up into hands and knees. Come up to push-up position. Push your hips up into downward dog. All right, now take your left foot, lift it up. Try to keep your right heel down if possible. And we're going to bring this foot all the way up. Now, you may not be able to get it all the way up. You may be able to only get it to here. If that's the case, grab your foot, pull it up. All right, now let's go onto your fingertips. And you've got your left foot forward, right foot back, fingertips on the mat. Okay, so we're just going to hold that pose. We'll call this runner's pose. And then see if you can put your hands back onto the mat. And then take this foot, and whether you need to swing it out and around or just lift it up, slide it straight down the mat, back to push-up position. Then you go back into downward dog. We're going to do the other side. Lift up your right leg, high as you can get it. Push your left heel down into the ground. Swing that leg through. Go onto your fingertips and hold that pose. So your hands on the mat are giving you a little bit of stability, a little bit of balance, taking a little bit of pressure off your legs. Because once we let go with the hands, it's going to be all leg workout. All right, hands back down. Go back into push-up position. And then come down to your hands and knees for a second. Take a quick break in case you're getting a little winded. All right, back up to push-up position. Lift your hips up. Downward dog. Lift that left leg up as high as you can get it. Push your right heel down. Bring the leg through. Runner's pose. From here, we're going to take our arms straight up. And if you can't come straight up, if you're having trouble with your leg muscles, you can put your hands on your knee, help yourself up, and then come up. See, and now it's all legs. If your legs are getting tired, you can kind of straighten them out a little bit, take the pressure off, and then go back down. And bring your hands down. Back down. Hands on the mat. Get your leg out of there, push-up position. Downward dog. Lift up your right leg all the way up. Swing it through. From runner's pose, fingers on the mat. If you're gonna take your arms straight up. If you can't do that, put your hands on your knees. Push yourself up. Bring your arms up. And don't forget to breathe. You don't want to forget to breathe. Bring your hands down. Back to push-up position. And then go to hands and knees. Okay, take a breath. We're going to push ourselves back into child's pose. It's always a good way to stretch it out. It's a comfortable position. Do a little breathing. Come back up to hands and knees. Back to push-up position. Back to downward dog. Lift up your left foot. Swing it through. Now, this time we're going to go into our... Well, put your right heel down. So we're going to be... Before, our back heel was up. Now we're going to put the back heel down. And we're going to come up. We're just going to raise ourselves up into Warrior One. Again, if you're having trouble getting yourself up, put your hand on your knee. Push yourself up. Bring your arms up. We'll go through the warrior poses. Again, the lower you get, the more you're going to work that leg. So if it starts getting tired, straighten it out a little bit. Go back down. Okay. It's got to burn a little bit. We're trying to build up those muscles. All right, from here, let's bring it down. Hands on the mat. Back to push-up position. Let's go straight into downward dog. Lift up your right foot. Bring it through. Set down the back heel. Come up. Use your hands on your knees if you have to. On this one, from here, make sure that this hip is not turned sideways. You want to try to keep everything straight across so that your hips are square with the front of the room. If you need to straighten out your leg a little, give it a quick rest, then take it back down. Keep breathing. Bring your arms down. Let's go back to push-up position. And then hands and knees. Quick breather. Back to push-up position. Back to downward dog. Lift your foot up. Take your left foot up, swing it through. Put the back heel down. Come back to Warrior One. Try to make sure those hips are square. Now we're going to turn sideways. Open up your arms into Warrior Two. Again, try to stay as low as you can. If your legs are starting to shake, you can come up a little bit. Quick breather, back down. Keep breathing. All the way in, all the way out, all the way in. Swing it back to Warrior One. And bring it down. Push-up position. Downward dog. Try to press those heels down into the floor. Lift up your right foot. Swing it through. Back heel down. Come up into Warrior One. Hips square with the front. Don't forget to breathe. Turn sideways. Warrior Two. Arms straight out. Front leg bent.
Back leg straight. Come up, quick breather for that front leg, go back down. Swing it back around to warrior one. Breathe and bring it back down.
Back to push-up position. Let's go hands and knees. Take a breather. Push yourself back into child's pose. Some people like to bring the hands all the way down, beside your knees, beside your legs. Come back up to hands and knees. Back to push-up position. Back to downward dog. Left leg up. Swing it through. Back foot down. Come up to warrior one. Breathe. Turn to warrior two. Breathe. Now take your front hand, take it up and over your head. Stretch, 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 stretch. Now straighten out your front leg, give it a quick rest. Bring it back down. And then come back to warrior two, arms straight out. Breathe. Swing it back around to warrior one. And then bring it down. Push-up position. Downward dog. Right foot up, left heel pressing down toward the mat. Swing it through. Back heel down, coming up. Warrior one. Hip square to the front. Breathe. Turn, warrior two, arms straight out. Take that front arm, go up and over. Stretch, 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 stretch. Straighten out your right leg. Quick little breather. Come on back down. And then back to warrior two. Breathe. Back to warrior one. Breathe. And bring it down. Back to push-up position. Hands and knees. Child's pose. Stretch it out. Back to hands and knees. Back to push-up position. Back to downward dog. Left foot all the way up. Swing it through. Stay in runner's pose so your heel stays up. Now from here, bring your arms to the inside so your knee is on the outside. Lower your hips down as far as they go. Stretch it out, stretch it out, stretch it out. From here, drop your knee down to the mat. Point your back toe. Lower those hips, low as you can get them. And then push yourself backward down the mat. Straighten out your left leg. Point your toe. See if you can take your left hand, touch your left toe. Now we're going to try to take your right hand and touch your left toe as well. Watch your balance. Sometimes this is where people tip over. And then put both hands back on the mat. Come back forward so your knee's bent. Now we're going to reach back with your right hand. Bring that foot up. See if you can grab a hold. If you're wearing pants, you can grab the pant leg. But see if you can grab a hold of that ankle. Once you're there, try to sit up and put your forearm on your knee. Come up with good posture. And again, watch your balance. And breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Okay, release that foot. Bring your hands back down. Lift your back knee up and go back into push-up position. Downward dog. Lift up that right foot all the way up. Left heel's pushing down. Swing it through into runner's pose. Bring your arm to the inside. Knee is on the outside. Lower your hips, lower your hips, lower your hips. And then drop that knee to the mat. Point your toe. Lower your hips and breathe. Walk yourself backward down the mat. Straighten out your front leg. Take your right hand, touch your right toe. Try to maintain your balance. Bring your left hand on over. And you can also try to push your nose down towards your knee for a little extra stretch. And then hands back on the mat. Bring your body back forward. Now let's reach back. Lift up that back foot. See if you can take your left hand, grab that left foot, and then try to sit up without falling over. And rest your forearm on your knee. Okay. Hold that pose and breathe. And let it go. Hands down. Let's go back to hands and knees. Back to child's pose, stretch it out. And then come up. And now let's sit cross-legged. We'll go into some seated exercises, seated poses. Now, if you can take this foot and put it on the inside, you can do that. If you can do both, sit lotus, you can do that. But for this one, I just like to put my heel in front of my shin. So my right heel in front of my right shin. I'm going to sit up nice and tall. And we're just going to breathe in through the nose, down to the belly. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Now this time when we breathe out, let's lean forward and try to stretch out those hips a little bit. Stretching forward, exhale. Come up, breathing in. Lean forward, breathing out. Come up, breathing in. Lean forward, breathing out. Come up and let's switch feet. Good posture. Breathing in. Leaning forward. Come up, breathing in. Lean forward. Come up, breathing in. Lean forward. And up. All right, let's take both legs straight out in front. Try to bring the toes straight up if you can. Good posture. Let's take a deep breath. Bring the arms up. Hinge at the waist. Reach out. See if you can touch your toes. Your knees might bend a little bit. Just kind of press them down a little one at a time. Press them down, press them down. Try to stretch that out. Come back up. Breathing in. Lean forward. Come up, breathe in. Lean forward. If you can only get to your shins and ankles, that's all right. And you can pull yourself forward with your arms. Grab a hold of your shins. And then slowly come back up. All right, take your legs wide. Wide as you can get them. Good posture. Breathing in. Take your hands, walk yourself forward. You can take your fingers, pull yourself a little bit further, when you get to the point where you can't go any further, just hold it and breathe. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. Take your fingers, pull yourself forward a half an inch, breathing out, breathing in. Walk yourself forward half an inch, breathing out. Just going to hold it every time you get stuck. Hold it for a breath or two, and then take your fingers, walk it forward half an inch. Come up, breathing in. Let's do that one more time. Walk it forward, 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 and then use your fingertips to take you a little bit further. Hold it. A little bit further. Hold it. And up. Turn toward your left foot. Slide down your shin. Go down and try to grab your foot. It'll be easier with the same side arm and a little harder with the opposite side arm. Then come up, turn, face your right foot. Right hand should be easy to reach your toe, or if not, that's all right. You can grab your ankle and then try to bring that left arm across too. And then come back up. Let's bring your feet together, sole to sole. Grab a hold of your ankles, put your forearms on the inside of your thighs, sit up nice and tall. Take a deep breath. Lean forward, push down. Come up, breathe in. Lean forward, press down on your thighs. Come up, breathe in. Lean forward, press down on your thighs. Come up. Put your right foot straight out front. Take your left foot, cross it over your right knee. Take your right hand, put it on your left knee. Take your left hand, reach all the way behind. Take a deep breath. Turn and look over your shoulder. Twist. Come up, breathe in. Turn and twist. Come up, breathe in. Turn and twist. And then let's switch. Put your left foot straight out. Take your right foot, cross it over. Take your left hand, put it on the outside of your right knee. Take your right hand all the way behind. Take a deep breath. Twist and look over your shoulder. Breathe in. Twist and look over your shoulder. Breathe in. Twist and look over your shoulder. And come up. Alright, from here, keep this position, except we're going to just kind of settle that knee down. And we're going to reach your hand, take your right hand through this hole. Take your left hand on the outside of your leg, grab underneath your knee. And we're going to roll back. Now you can either keep your left knee bent like this, or you can straighten it out. Either way works. Pull that leg towards your body, and we're going to try to stretch out that right hip. And then release. And we're going to switch. Take your left foot, cross it over your right knee. Take your left hand, reach through the hole, grab underneath. Take your right hand, grab underneath. Pull it towards your chest. That left hip. You should feel that left hip stretching. If you want to straighten out your right foot, you can. Stretch it out. And then bring it down. Alright, let's go to hands and knees. So we're going to do the cat-cow, which is a simple one where you raise your back up, and then lower your back down as you bow, and then lift your spine up and bow. Lift your spine up and bow. And back to hands and knees. Next one we're going to do, I'm going to turn sideways for this. We're going to take your knees out as wide as you can get them. And then settle back down. Now, everybody's different. Some of y'all are going to be flat. Some of y'all will be up a little bit higher. But we're going to, in jiu-jitsu, we call this the frog. We're going to pull yourself forward, push yourself back. This is where you feel the stretch, stretch, stretch. Lean forward, push yourself back. And then come back up. Nice big stretch. All right, now we're going to do a little relaxation exercise. Sometimes folks do this in yoga, sometimes we do it in jiu-jitsu. It's a way of controlling your muscles and relaxing your muscles. So we're going to lay flat, flat on your back. And we're going to start by crunching up your toes, tighten up those toes, and then relax. Tighten up your toes and relax. Tighten up your toes and relax. Now point your toes down, straight down, like you're standing on your tiptoes, and relax. You're working your calf muscles as you point your toes down, tighten them up, and relax. One more time, point them down, and relax. Now, just the opposite direction. Lift your toes towards your head, working the fronts of those shins, and relax.
Yes.
Lift those toes up, and relax. Lift those toes up, and relax. Now we're going to go to the thighs, so tighten up your thighs, and relax. Tighten up your thighs, and relax. Tighten up your thighs, and relax. Now we're going to go to your glutes. So tighten up your glutes and relax. Tighten up your glutes and relax. Tighten up your glutes and relax. Now we're going to go to our hands. Make two fists. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Now we're going to go to your biceps. Pretend like you're curling. So do a bicep curl. Tighten up those biceps and release. Tighten up your biceps and release. Tighten up your biceps and release. Now we're going to do triceps, like tricep extensions. So you're going to take your hands out, tighten up your triceps, and release. Tighten up your triceps, just the opposite of your bicep curl. Tighten up your triceps, and release. All right, now for the abs, tighten up your abs, and release. Tighten up your abs, and release. Tighten up your abs, and release. Coming up to your pecs, squeeze those pecs, and release. Squeeze your pecs, and release. Squeeze your pecs, and release. Now we're going to shrug your shoulders, shrug them up, tighten them up, and release. Tighten them up, and release. Tighten them up, and release. Now you're going to pinch your shoulder blades together, tighten up those back muscles, and release. Tighten up your back muscles, and release. Tighten up your back muscles and release. All right, now lift your head off the mat, tighten up your neck, and put it back down. Lift up your head, tighten up those neck muscles, and release. One more time, lift up your head, tighten up your neck, and release. All right, next one we're going to do our face muscles, so eyes and mouth. Squeeze everything together, and release. Squeeze everything together, scrunch your face, and release. Scrunch your face, and release. Now we're going to do full body. We're going to tighten up all the muscles on your body. Tighten them up, and release. Tighten them up, and release. Tighten them up, and release. Excellent. Now just lay there, calmly breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. If you're lucky to be outside, you can be staring up at the sky, staring up at the trees, watching the squirrels run around on the branches. Or you can just visualize it. Breathe it in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. All right. Roll over onto your side and then push yourself up. Don't want anybody to get dizzy, lightheaded. Come on up. Sitting cross-legged. Nicely done. No sun out today, kind of a cloudy day, but still a good day to do a nice little workout in the morning. It's good stretching, good breathing. You get the blood flowing, get your head cleared. So always a good way to start the morning. All right, so thanks for joining. Check these out anytime if you want to. Join us live via Zoom or come to the park, work out with us, either way. But just make sure you get out there and do something. All right, we're going to try to keep everybody healthy. So y'all go out and have a great day, stay positive, and we'll see you next time.